India now has the second highest case loads of COVID-19 in the world, trailing next to US. Even as the pandemic continues to seep into the corners of the country, high recovery rates have always been in news. In fact, in a recent briefing, the Health Ministry also announced that India's recovery rates are one of the highest worldwide and mortality rate is also lower than the global average in the recent months. But does a good recovery rate give a hope that we will soon be able to brush the pandemic aside? Does this mean positive news? Here's a report. India's infection number are at an all-time high. Over the past 2-3 weeks, India has continued to record daily spikes, which have been the highest worldwide. What's interesting is that on the day the daily case load touched 90,000 mark, India's recoveries touched an all-time high too. The high infection rates is also attributed to the increased testing being conducted across India. By those means, we have come from a time when our healthcare system was on the brink of collapse to being in a state where we can better manage it. A good recovery rate only means that we are somewhat managing the situation better than before. According to WHO, the global fatality rate for COVID-19 stands at 3 to 4%. This means that the global recovery rate would stand somewhere around 95 to 96% mark. While India's pandemic handling is strangely better than the USA, but there are countries with a higher recovery rate than US. Brazil, which is the third worst affected nation by the pandemic, has a recovery rate of 81%, just like Russia, Colombia, China and Pakistan. Of all the states in India, Delhi's recovery rate are the highest at around 90%. One of the reasons for such a positive recovery rate is being said to be the better managed healthcare system in the city. The home isolation method, which allowed patients with mild to moderate symptoms to recover at home, enabled hospital to attend to severe infection case on priority. This came to be the basis of the Delhi model and was soon seen in other states as well. Over the past months, as experts have analyzed cases in India, it has been speculated that a lot of infections in India are mild to moderate as compared to other nations, which immediately means that recovery from the disease could be easier and quicker than in severe cases. Past pandemics have also suggested that the recovery rates tend to go high with an outbreak's timeline. Even without interventions, we might reach a point where we would have a 97 to 99% recovery rate in the coming months, but that isn't proof that COVID-19 would be over in the country. Unlike many countries, the pandemic spreading in the country in a two-fold way. With the lockdown, we saw cases surge in the urban areas. Now we are also seeing a rise in the cases amongst smaller cities, towns and villages, meaning that it is spreading in a far more dangerous manner. It is an indicator of what experts suggested a while ago. Different cities in India will peak at different times, making matters worse. Healthcare system in India is still not the best, especially in smaller cities. So if the pandemic isn't controlled in a better way at the grassroots level, we might as well find ourselves reversing the trend of good recoveries. Ineffective management and excessive case loads may also make recoveries difficult. Bureau Report.